In the next set of videos, I just want to quickly take a look at the security issue. And let me first of all say that WordPress itself, as in the software, is inherently safe. And when you have a WordPress site, it's not that it's more prone to being hacked than any other type of CMS. But the reality is that it's because of the popularity of WordPress and its growth and the fact that it powers so many millions of sites on the internet, then what you find is that there are a lot of security breaches and hacks. But again, like I said, it's not to say that WordPress gets hacked more than any other CMS such as Drupal or Joomla. In fact, many people argue that WordPress is in fact a lot safer than these other platforms. But the reality is that just based on the mere popularity, because the reality is that it's unlikely that a hacker is going to hack a site that is not popular. It's very unlikely. So a couple of things that you have to look out for to keep your site secure are as follows. The first thing I recommend is that you have WordPress installed manually. Now, your hosting account, especially if you have cPanel, will most likely come with an automatic installer, such as Fantastica Deluxe, Softaculous, and Auto Installer, and similar software services. Now, it's not that these installers are insecure, but the way that they install WordPress is very predictable. And what happens is that hackers are aware of the way that they in fact install. So things like using a default username such as admin, using basic names for your WordPress database when you're using, for example, and this is a little technical, and don't worry about it if you don't quite understand. But WordPress uses databases, MySQL database to be exact, and usually these are created automatically in your cPanel. And the reality is that a lot of these auto installers just create something in the database name, such as database 01 or database 02, and so on in that order. And things like that, it's very easy to, once it's predictable, hackers basically have a head start in terms of doing abuse to your site. So even if you do use auto installers, because some of them, I know, for example, Softaculous does allow you to change the username, the default username, and some other fields. So the more unique you can make your installation, which is what a manual installation does, is the better off you will be. And the reality is that even if you do use an auto installer or have used an auto installer, there are still ways to keep your site secure. But it's just that my recommendation, and personally how I install WordPress, is to always start with a manual installation. Okay? So we'll just cover a couple of other things that you should be aware of in the next set of videos.